One of the most iconic parts of Generation 4 and 5 was that both of these generations had really hands-on events that were really fun to do. Nowadays, those events are mostly inaccessible, but today, I'm going to show you how to get those events working again without using any cheating devices. Also, by doing this method I will be showing off in this video, you can get some of the online features in these games to work again, even though the servers are offline. Not everything will work, but you can at least do the basics like trading, battling, and the GTS. So to get started, you're going to need any mainline Gen 4 game, which would be Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, or Soul Silver, or you're going to need any Gen 5 mainline game, which would be Black, White, Black 2, or White 2. You obviously are going to need a 3DS or a DS to play these games. For this method, it doesn't matter what system you play on because it works for both of them. If you have a 3DS and you just want the Generation 5 events and online to work again, then that's all you're going to need if you want to get this method to work. But if you have an older model DS and you want to get Generation 4 events to work again, then you're going to need a smartphone with the ability to make a hotspot with no password. I'll explain why this is important later when we go set everything up. I'm going to be showing you how to set this up on your 3DS first because it's way easier and more accessible than the DS setup. As I stated earlier though, the 3DS setup only works with the Generation 5 games and this will not work with the Generation 4 games. You can still use the 3DS for the Generation 4 games, but the Generation 4 games don't read the 3DS's Wi-Fi settings, so even on the 3DS you're still going to have to set those up separately, which I'll show you how to do later in this video. So once you're on your 3DS, you want to go to your settings menu, and from there you want to go to Internet Settings, Connection Settings, go to the connection you're currently using, and then change your settings. Everything here is going to stay the same except for the DNS. You're going to want to switch Auto Obtain DNS to No, and instead we're going to go into Detailed Setup. Once you're in the detailed setup, you're going to want to enter this code here. If you're watching this video in the future and this DNS code does not work, check the video description for the Pokemon Classic Network website, and that will always have an updated code. Once you do that, just check your network settings, and if everything connects properly, you're good to go. Now, to get this to work on the older DS models, or just Generation 4 if you're playing on the 3DS, we're going to have to do a little bit more work. Remember how I mentioned earlier that you're going to need a smartphone with the ability to set up a hotspot? Well, we're going to be setting up that hotspot now. I'm using an Android phone, so my settings might look slightly different than yours. But the basic idea of this guide should still work, even if you have a different phone. As long as you can enable a hotspot and turn off the hotspot's password, that's all you need to do. I found this in my connection settings on my phone, so that's probably a general area where you want to look. If not, your settings should have a search function, and you can type in hotspot and you should be able to find it from there. Once we have the hotspot unlocked with no password, now we can swap over to the Generation 4 game or your Nintendo DS. Once you boot up your Generation 4 game, after getting past the title screen, there should be an option to go into your Nintendo Wi-Fi settings. From there, you want to go to the connection settings. After selecting one of the 3 connection settings, you're going to want to look for an access point. Once the access point menu loads up, you should easily find your phone's hotspot there to connect to. The reason why we leave the hotspot unlocked is because old DS's and old DS games can't connect to our modern day Wi-Fi. So if you tried to connect your old Nintendo DS or old Nintendo DS games to your modern day router, it wouldn't be able to connect at all because modern day routers have a way higher level of encryption, which is why we use an unlocked hotspot to get around this. After the connection test, it will save your settings, and from there, we want to go into the connection and once again, change the DNS to this code here. After you change the primary DNS, then save your settings. And from there, all you have to do is go to your mystery gift and select Nintendo Wi-Fi connection for your gift, and you'll randomly receive one of the events for the game you're playing. These fan servers have data for every single mystery gift ever given out, including some unofficial ones like some of the Poketch watches and the Azure Flute. The servers also have events from Japan and other regions that weren't originally released in English, so even if you have done most of the Pokemon events before, you still might be able to get something new out of this. With all that being said, the servers pump out these events at random, so if you can't find a particular event that you're looking for, just reconnect to the servers and eventually you'll be able to download it. To show that this actually does work, here's me picking up a shiny Milotic that was given out as an event during BGC 2009. All the event Pokemon gotten through this method are legitimate and can be transferred all the way upwards to home. Also, while you're still connected to your Wi-Fi or your hotspot, you can actually go online and do battling, trading, and you can also connect to the GTS and deposit a Pokemon if you really want to. Before I end this video off, I want to show you how to get Mystery Gift for Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, because by default they don't have Mystery Gift unlocked. It's very easy to unlock Mystery Gift in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. All you need to do is go to Jubilife City, and from there, go to the Jubilife City TV station. Once you get to the 3rd floor, you're going to want to talk to this NPC here. He's going to ask you 2 different questions. The first question you want to answer with, "Everyone happy?" Then, for the second one, you want to answer with Wi-Fi connection. And after that, you'll have Mystery Gift for Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum unlocked. And now you can easily get event Pokemon for generations 4 and 5 again, and use some of their online features again. I hope this video was helpful. Bye!